Hello. So I'm gonna be playing FNAF today. Well, I'm gonna get my butt scared, that's for sure. Let's do this. This was the older thing to do. It was more famous back then. This game is 10 years old. This game is almost 11. No, this game is 11 years old. I'm 11. I love it. Scott. Scott is going to be shut up. As we all know, night 1 is the chillest out of the first 3 games. 5's insane. I'm doing this on mobile. I know my tactics. I just stay on Pirate Cove and then just check the lights. But since I know night 1 takes forever, that's what we're doing. Going to listen to FNAF music. I'm not live, so it's kind of all you got. Okay. I'm putting on FNAF music. Gonna not stick with the original plan on this part. This is nighttime. I'm gonna edit this. Yes, the first video I ever edited. Just searching for FNAF music. I hate that. Wait, no, we're gonna listen to the lore. No, we're gonna listen to the lore. Yeah, FNAF lore. That's gonna be fun. Imagine we got jump scared. Double jinx. I would be cussing in fear. Okay, the movie, it makes it look like Foxy says that, but truly, no. Also, we're gonna listen to Matt Pat. Matt Pat, I said. Wow. Hopefully this actually works.
All leading to this moment. The ultimate FNAF
Hopefully y'all can hear that.
Finally complete. The pieces are in place for us. Now
Yeah, I'm gonna have to speak a little louder. Hopefully this is normal for y'all. I'm having this yell.
Internet. Welcome to Game Theory. The show that feels like a kid reviewing the class project he's been
Hopefully y'all like this.
Except here, it's the class project that I've been working on for the past decade of my life. This
That's
one
true.
is big, my friends, and I gotta admit, I'm kind of nervous.
Wow.
I've attempted a timeline video on this franchise since 2018, back in the days when Mike was the crying child, Afton coming back was actually a surprise, and fast food wasn't a phrase I ever thought I'd have to utter.
What's that?
The last time I did something like this,
I don't remember.
3 more massive games, a death and revival of the FNAF movie, and more robot kids that you can shake a staff bot at.
Yep.
It's exhausting trying to keep track of this whole franchise, which honestly is why I'm here today. The lore.
Yay!
Complicated. It is full of speculation.
Let's go.
Theories, so to hopefully make it a little easier for everyone and to give us
This
all
is good as a
baseline talk on
podcast.
this franchise moving forward into the future, it's time to reveal my current working FNAF timeline. But just before I do, I just want to explain a couple of things. First, this timeline is massive. Seriously,
Nice.
it's huge. This
Oh, I
thing
know.
towers over any video project we have ever done on the channel. But
Boom!
the totality of this franchise, the story of
Yeah.
FNAF really boils down to the story of one man,
Yeah.
William Afton. His successes, his failures, his rise to become co-owner of one of the
Bonnie.
most successful restaurant franchises in the
I hate
world.
Bonnie.
Eventually
You're aggressive.
monsters he helped create, only to then be reborn in a new digital form.
What's up,
That's why I
Bonnie?
decided to split this timeline into 3 main chunks. The foundation of Freddy's, how the business started and how it came into being, the Afton era, William's decades-long murder spree, and post-Purple
mustache.
Guy. Basically,
No.
everything that happens after the pizzeria simulator fight. And because there are lots of new big revelations in this thing that seemingly come out of nowhere, as well as just points I want to talk about further, I decided to dedicate 1 episode to each chunk. I originally wanted it to be one seamless, continuous video, but it just felt incomplete without some sort of explanation at the end of each one. Once this whole thing's done, I promise I'm going to merge all the narrative bits into one massive video so you can just skip my explanation. So for now, this just felt like the best, most
I hate you, Bonnie. You're aggressive.
Way to do this. That being said, this is still about the story, the broad strokes of the franchise. So in order to make sure that you guys know that I'm not just pulling answers out of thin air, not only am I discussing some of the more controversial bits at the end of each chunk, we're also
right there.
A handy little graphic in the bottom left-hand corner
there
of
we
the screen,
go.
which will show thumbnails, video titles, books, and any other citations that we need throughout the video. So if you wish to understand that specific statement in more detail, you know exactly.
Also, we're gonna try to finish the whole game.
You can look into those details for yourself. So
probably
back,
2 nights
grab
though.
some popcorn or
or
your
3.
pitchforks if you're the type to get upset when I say something controversial. And
Nope.
make sure that you subscribe.
Maybe.
Since this is going to be a video that you're going to want to come back to a few times in order to fully
Still
dissect.
confused
Without
about
any more waiting,
Crying Child
I present to you the
or
story
FNAF
of a
4.
loving, obsessive father who slowly descended into madness and along the way discovered the secret to eternal life.
Yay!
The
Ah!
story begins not in the 1980s or even in the 1970s, but
Nope.
all the way back
1930s. I know some of my lore.
People were in desperate need of cheap entertainment, especially in Utah, one of the states hit hardest, 4th highest unemployment in the nation, and full of
Freddy,
people looking for
you're
work
looking
and
good.
finding none, and ultimately
You're
moving on
looking
to
good,
find their fortunes
Freddy.
out in California. People were tired and they were hungry, but as they traveled, there was one thing
Hey,
that
look.
could lift their spirits. A simple
He's
roadside
normal.
attraction called Fredbear's Singing Show.
He's a good
Ads were
boy.
plastered all over town.
That's what I'm saying.
Featuring an animated bear drawn in the popular pie-eyed cartoon style for characters at the time. He resembled cartoons like Mickey Mouse, Felix the Cat, Betty Boop. It immediately said that this, Fredbear's, was a place where you could bring the family. And the price, honestly, couldn't be beat. For 50 cents, you could get food and entertainment as you watched the local trained real-life dancing bear perform on stage. Normally, you only got to see dancing bears at large traveling circuses like Barnum and Bailey, where the tickets would go for about $1. That's $1 without food. But this was a smaller show, the type from the Von Brothers or the Robbins Brothers, where tickets
I don't know
would
who
sell
those
for
are.
just a mere 50 cents.
Oh.
Watching that bear do tricks on stage,
That's a little expensive.
so much was wrong with the world. The simple show would go on for years, bringing happiness to hundreds of travelers passing through looking for a quick meal. But it left a permanent impression on one little boy, capturing his imagination in a way that nothing else had.
This
One little boy.
Night one's kind of boring.
That was his nickname at least, but his parents liked to call him William Afton. The bear could dance, could sing. For decades, William dreamed of recreating that moment of bringing a musical bear to life, but how? William was smart, without a doubt. He had a keen mind for business, but he wasn't the most creative. How would he make a singing, dancing bear come to life? The best
I'm
he could do was
a
use
young
inventive
YouTuber
costumes. William was inspired by the work of Walt Disney.
making
Throughout the
another
50s and
video
60s, he was pioneering
again.
the use of mascot suits throughout his
I'm not
career.
posting this during the night.
Suits with 5
Oh my god!
natural arms and hands to interact with the
That
guests.
scared the crap out of
The
me.
arms would just hang limply by their sides. Finally, with a simple mascot suit, he would be able to realize his childhood dream. He would be able to bring Fredbear to life. To appeal to the kids, and for copyright reasons, he changed Fredbear from a realistic brown animal to a cartoonish yellow bear with a purple hat and bow tie. But
Yay.
like one character wasn't enough, he added another friend, a yellow rabbit with a purple
Let's
hat and
go.
Bonnie the Bunny. Well, Fredbear was certainly his first love. Bonnie was extra special because that was his. It was an original character that he had created.
Poor Scott.
from scratch. And I do mean
He created
scratch.
something that scared him.
Some costumes were rough with seams
Imagine-
and stitches
oh,
visibly
what?
showing, but it was the best that he could do. And you know what? It was just enough. Bonnie and Fredbear would perform on stage to small but enthusiastic
We're about to
crowds.
win.
Finally,
Night
he
one
was able to
in
deliver
9
fantasy
minutes.
and fun to all the kids, delighting and inspiring them to be
Let's go.
that he had been delighting
We're not
his
even
friends.
past the first part.
And things could have ended there. That could have been the end to the story. It could have been perfect had it not been for one thing. Other people saw the success of his idea.
Oh,
they
no.
wanted in. Enter Chica's
No!
Party, a rival restaurant starring performing animal characters. His idea.
Shut up, Scott!
First, but obviously he wasn't the best.
Scott.
William Afton
Scott,
admit
shut
that
up.
this restaurant was
No.
able to do the thing
Scott.
that
Scott, no. Beat.
simple
Bye, Scott.
skeletons that were powered by battery packs, but all of them able to freely turn and talk and dance on their own, no human required. It was like magic that came from the mind of a brilliant creator, Henry Emily.
Oh yeah, they work together.
Way and able to harness the power of life itself. Afton admired him. He was jealous, to be sure. He also looked upon this man with awe. Off to one side of Chica's party world was a small cabaret stage featuring an elephant magician. On the other, a hippo known to ramble on and on.
Oh yeah.
More of a joke for parents, but it was the main stage that was for the kids. A rocking band of characters featuring a yellow chicken thing with a southern drawl named Chica, backed by a band of other country-themed characters, including Pig with a banjo, an upbeat frog from the local swimming hole, and a brown bear with a heavy southern accent.
None bear.
Wait, a bear? But bears were his animals. Why not a cow or a horse? Something that made the country feel a bit better. Why did it have to be a bear? And adding
Hi,
insult to
Chica.
injury, they had the nerve
Freddy.
to call this thing Ned Bear, a direct copy
Hi.
of his own Fred Bear. Whoops, that's gonna leave a mark. No, that was not okay. Afton's jealous admiration
Yeah.
turned to hardened bitterness. A bitterness that would only grow over the next couple of years as families continued to choose Chica's party world over Fred Bear's. William just couldn't compete with the appeal of the rumor.
I'll turn that down. Hopefully y'all can hear me okay.
Another insult, another humiliation that William would 1979. Despite being bitter, Afton couldn't deny that what came next was a period of massive success.
Really?
With the two franchises
My favorite book out of
Afton's ideas with
the main series.
to launch under a new name, Fred Bear's Family Diner, a pizza chain that would eventually come to feature a mix of humans in performing suits as well as on-stage animatronics. They decided to stick with Fred Bear as the headliner, considering the yellow bear was easily identifiable as brand because he was the original performing animal mascot after the first movie. This new restaurant would also see a mix of characters as the two franchises merged into one, with Pig Patch and Happy Frog performing right alongside Fred Bear and Bonnie. And as part of this,
Yay!
Fred Bear Family even got themselves official merch that were released, ranging from masks.
Let's go. That's sad.
That said, not all the characters were winners. The reception to some characters was just mediocre, so they faded away into the dumpsters, storage units, and retro budget tech stores of lost nostalgia.
You should be able to have Freddy's actual nose. Ah, I'm about to get jump scared by I forgot his name. Oh, Golden Freddy.
Fred Bear and Friends. Business was booming. In the end, Fred Bear and Bonnie's
There is a
so strong that they would
that's
be able to
nice.
support the Fred Bear's Family Diner franchise all on their own, while also spinning off a new sister location dedicated to their friends. In 1983, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza launched, giving a
Let's
dedicated
go.
home to all this new supporting cast of characters.
Let's
Chicken,
go.
Chicken, Bonnie, the Blue
Why are they withered?
Pirate, and of course the headliner, a brown Freddy
Make them
Fazbear.
normal,
Business
not
was good.
withered.
Afton was happy. Mostly. It did bother him that the one original character that he created, the one that he himself played, Golden Bonnie, got passed over for inclusion in that cartoon show. The only character in the roster of regulars to get ignored for the show, but other than that, things were going smoothly. He had himself a wife, 2 sons, a daughter. He had a thriving business. And best of
Let's
all, he was able to
go.
learn the craft of robotics from the man he both loved and hated, Henry. Together, they were constantly pushing the limits of what these characters could do. Because it was quick and easy, new characters introduced into the roster would be given a simple hand-sewn suit with 5 fingers that any performer could wear. Eventually, Henry would design
Weird.
signature animatronics for that character, utilizing a divided mouth with either a hinged or sliding jaw design. This was
Weird.
the first generation of animatronics. But why so
Yay.
there?
Why
After
withered?
that big idea, what if the
You're showing them
animatronics
to be withered.
go to the restaurant and interact with kids? What if his mascot
I hope this get a lot of views, because lately I haven't seen. Oh my god.
skeletons? Why not experiment with tubes and wires that would give the animatronics fluidity and flexibility while still providing structure?
Crap.
Love with robotics. He had started with a dream of bringing
Oh.
simple sitting bear to life.
Okay.
Robots. He had stumbled across
I'll upload these videos daily. And then whenever I die, I quit the video. So, hey, game over. As we know, I died. So, this is the ending to the video. I'm glad I didn't pay myself. Bye. Love ya. Bye.